Hi there, I'm Dr. Taylor Pascal with Pascal Chiropractic, and I just want to take a couple minutes to tell you about some of the tools that we use in our office, because whether or not you're familiar with chiropractic, you might not be familiar with some of the devices that we use. Now this right here is one of my favorites. This is my Spinal Scanner. We have a right and a left barrel, we run it up the spine, and it helps tell us about the balance of the nervous system. See, chiropractic is about much more than just musculoskeletal pain and other conditions. It's about the function of the nervous system. When we have misalignments in our spine, that creates interference between the communication of the brain and the body, and it can affect our body's ability to heal and recover. Now this helps us be objective about our methods in the office. Yes, we can get plenty of great information from our hands, from feeling around, muscle tension, misalignments, fixations in the spine, but it's really this tool that helps bring that objectivity to our care. When we're talking about delivering specific chiropractic adjustments, it's important to make sure that it's the right adjustment at the right place at the right time. Our goal is actually not to have to adjust. See, our adjustments are designed to remove interference from the body's normal function. When we have misalignments in the spine, not only will that cause musculoskeletal compensations and imbalances, but it also directly affects that communication between the brain and the body. It's the role of the autonomic nervous system to help us dynamically adapt to stress and shift from that stress response into a restful healing state. Now, when we have misalignments in the spine, especially in the top two bones of the neck, where the neck meets the base of the skull, that can disrupt the body's ability to make those proper adaptations and, most importantly, to heal itself. So this helps us bring that objectivity to our visit to make sure that we're delivering the right adjustment at the right place at the right time. So if we can do so much good from delivering the right adjustment at the right place at the right time, then we can do just as much negative by delivering the adjustment at the wrong time. So this helps us know on a visit-to-visit basis whether or not we need to be adjusted, especially upper cervically, and also it gives us nice results that we can track over time. Once we've built that baseline as we're establishing our findings to start care, it's really nice on our reevaluations to see just how that tension in the spine has reduced and how balance has restored to the body. Another device we use in the office to bring objectivity to our care and really assess the state of the body is a stress test. Now this is called heart rate variability, or HRV. Heart rate variability is the gold standard for measuring autonomic function. The autonomic nervous system is what's designed to shift us between stress and restful healing state. Now, you're probably not surprised to hear that most people struggle making that transition. Heart rate variability is affected by things like lifestyle, things like diet, exercise, our sleep cycles, having healthy stress outlets, and we can also have a huge impact on heart rate variability with specific chiropractic care. Heart rate variability is the gold standard for measuring autonomic function, which means it is the best way to find out how stressed out the body is and how well it's handling that stress. We can't always remove stressors from our lives, but we can always help our body handle that stress better. This is our upper cervical specific chiropractic table. It looks different from a lot of other chiropractic tables, and that's because it helps us isolate that upper region of the spine where the top bone in the neck meets the base of the skull. As we mentioned, this is a very delicate area of the spine, and it can directly affect not only the musculoskeletal compensations of our head not being on straight, but also it can directly affect the body's ability to heal, adapt to stress, even blood flow to the brain. So it's important that we take a very delicate and specific approach to this area of the spine. I love this table because it helps us isolate that area of the spine so that we can deliver a very gentle, specific adjustment with no twisting, crunching, or popping of the neck, which is great for people that are apprehensive about having their neck crunched. That's not something that we do in this office because in most cases it's quite frankly just not necessary. So this table helps us isolate that region where the base of the skull meets the top bone in the neck, and we use just a light drop with very short travel to deliver a specific adjustment. Once we've reduced that misalignment that is impairing the body's ability to heal, then we let the patient rest on this resting bed right next to me here. So all those compensations and misalignments in the spine that were in response to us not having our head on straight, all those can unwind once we have normalized. It's a very gentle technique that allows us to bring specificity to our care and have a huge impact on the function of the entire body. Another tool that we use in our office every visit are leg checks. If you've been to a chiropractor before, there's a decent chance that they looked at your feet, whether you were lying face up or face down. Maybe they had you turn your head and neck, and people are like, "Doc, why are you looking at my feet? What information could that possibly tell you?" Now, not only can you get some information from the wear and tear on the shoes, but it's really a much more functional evaluation of the state of the spine and the nervous system. See, when we have misalignments in the upper cervical spine, the body has a strong drive to keep the eyes level on the horizon. So if our head's not on straight, so to speak, then the body's going to compensate. It might drop a shoulder, it might raise up a hip, contracting one side of the body's musculature to keep the eyes level. Now, oftentimes that results in one leg appearing longer or shorter than the other. Of course, in most cases, it's not an actual leg that's shorter than the other. That would be the rarity. So it would be a functional leg length difference as opposed to a So if we're looking at a patient's feet and we see that there's a difference, then when the patient turns their head towards the side where that top bone in the neck has misaligned along the base of the skull, oftentimes we will see that leg length discrepancy reduce. We will see those feet come closer to the same length. It's a great objective finding that tells us whether or not we have involvement in the upper cervical spine and compensations beneath the upper cervical spine in the rest of the spine or the pelvis and the legs. Of course, there are a few other tools in the office, but those are the big ones that we're going to use on every visit to make sure we're bringing just a high level of objectivity and specificity to your care. We always say here at Pascal Chiropractic that we deliver premium quality care with no shortcuts, and we promise to continue to keep ourselves up to that standard and serve you at the highest possible level.